Hello and good morning and happy 2021. Nice to see you all in the new year. I wanted to start off this year with helping some folks out there that might be engaging in a resolution of sorts, and maybe the most common resolution, which is to lose weight and get in better shape or something like that. And so I thought I would share with you my two personal favorite ways to accomplish those ends. Really more focused on the diet side necessarily than the exercise. But from a dietary standpoint, and I mean diet like, hey, no, I'm on a diet. Like, hey, this is how I eat for a sustainable long period of time. I would like to share my two favorite strategies for that. Caveat to start, not a doctor, not a registered dietitian. I do have an exercise science degree, and I have spent probably the last 20 years of my life personally investigating, researching, testing on myself, experimenting and seeing what works for me. But do not take my advice. I'm a guy on the internet. Consult with your physician, consult with the experts before you start any sort of new diet plan. Okay, got that disclaimer out of the way. So what are my two favorite dietary strategies? Number one, intermittent fasting. Bar none, I believe is the most efficient and easiest way to lose weight and improve your body composition. So intermittent fasting, or otherwise known as IF, is exactly like it sounds. You go through intermittent periods of time in which you are fasting. Fasting means you are truly fasting. You are not eating. You are not putting sugar in your coffee. You're not putting butter in your coffee. You're not having an energy drink. You are not eating at all. You're having black coffee if you drink it, and you're having water for a period of time. The most common intermittent fasting strategy is a 16-8, meaning you have 16 hours of the day that you do not eat. And then you have 8 hours of the day, your 8-hour eating window, in which you can eat. I believe it is the most congruent way to do that if you have a job, right? You're going to a job. It's really simple. You don't have to think. I do it for my job. I get up in the morning, I have my black coffee, I go to work, I start working, and then I don't eat until about noon, and then I don't eat after around 8. Sometimes I'll condense that down to an 18-6 and only eat between noon and 6. Regardless, find out what works for you, but the goal is to do this every single day. Why are you doing it every single day? One, you're going to stabilize your appetite. You're also going to stabilize your blood sugar. You're going to stabilize your mood. You are going to improve your energy levels. You're going to have improved clarity of mind. You are going to promote something called autophagy, which is your own body repairing and improving cells at the cellular level. Definitely look up autophagy. I think from a life extension standpoint, a quality of life standpoint, autophagy is something that most people need to understand. Okay, but those are the reasons, just on a ground floor basis, of why you would do it. It's also going to help you if you employ or deploy strategy number 2 that I like, which is a ultra low carb, ketogenic / even carnivore diet. Okay, so ketogenic diet or a carnivore diet, I'll explain both of those. A ketogenic diet is a very, very low carb, usually under 50, sometimes under 30 grams of carbohydrates a day. You are utilizing fat instead of carbohydrates as your primary source of fuel. You become fat adapted, and you're eating a lot more fat than you're accustomed to, and you're having probably a lot more protein than you're accustomed to as well. The carnivore diet just takes that to a further degree, and you're only having meat, and you're on essentially a zero carbohydrate diet. I waffle between the two. It depends on how restrictive you want to be. But either way, the goal is to, again, suppress that appetite, reduce the amount or at least the frequency that you're eating, turn your body into a system that's utilizing fat as fuel. And again, if you're utilizing it in conjunction with fasting, more than likely you're going to be in close to a state, stasis in terms of amount of calories. You might even be in a deficit. And if you're in a deficit, you're going to start mobilizing stored body fat for fuel. Okay? So all of these things will be, beneficial to you if you're looking to lose weight and improving that body composition. So I use the intermittent fasting because it's easy, it's simple, you don't have to think. You reduce the amount of time you are eating, you reduce the amount of money you're spending on food. And then when I do a low carb / ketogenic carnivorous diet, you're eating in a way that doesn't promote, a huge insulin response, and therefore, you're going to have a blood sugar crash, and therefore you're going to be hungry a couple hours later. If you do these two things together, they're going to be self-sustaining and self-reinforcing. So intermittent fasting, ketogenic diet. I believe strongly in both of these. I believe they work very well together, and I would definitely encourage you investigate these things on your own. Hit me up if you have questions. Ask your doctor about them. If you have a dietitian, ask them about them. There's all sorts of information that's out there at your fingertips on the internet. Just be discerning, and if you have questions, again, seek somebody in a position of authority, okay? So, guys, appreciate you watching. Good luck with your resolutions. Good luck with losing weight and getting shape and getting that 8-pack that you've always dreamed of. And again, if you have any questions or if I didn't explain something adequately, let me know. See you soon.